Hello, welcome to e-learning. I am Dr. Gauri Abhyankar, working as Assistant Professor in Abasaheb Garware College, Pune. In this session, we will go with two important organelles in plant cell, namely chloroplast and mitochondria. We will divide study of chloroplast and mitochondria in three parts. This session would deal with first part, that is studying the ultrastructure of chloroplast and mitochondria and also know about their genomes. As you know, these two organelles are energy producing organelles of the plant cell. Chloroplasts belong to a group of organelles called plastids. They are rich in chlorophylls which give them green color. The chloroplasts are very important organelles of green plants. They carry out photosynthesis whereby they convert solar energy into chemical energy. Mitochondria are the sites of respiration. In higher plants, mitochondria show a smooth outer membrane and highly intricate and folded inner membrane. The number of mitochondria per plant cell is variable. Generally, it is related to the metabolic activity of the tissue. The learning objectives of this session are: first, study the structure and molecular organization of chloroplasts. Second objective is to know about chloroplast genome. Then, to study the structure of mitochondria, and last is to study the mitochondrial genome. First figure shows you many green chloroplasts in every cell. Plastids containing high concentrations of carotenoid pigments instead of chlorophyll are called chromoplasts. They cause coloration of leaves and fruits other than green. Figure to the right depicts schematic view of chloroplast structure. As you can see, higher plant chloroplasts are generally biconvex or planoconvex and are bound by double membranes. They are vesicular and have a colorless center. The size of chloroplast varies from species to species. Every chloroplast system shows three membranes: the outer membrane, the inner membrane and the thylakoid membrane system. The region of the chloroplast, that is inside the inner membrane and surrounds the thylakoid membranes, is known as stroma. The thylakoid membranes form one or a few large interconnected membrane systems with a well defined interior and exterior with respect to the stroma. The thylakoid system floats in the stroma. The inner space within a thylakoid is called as lumen. This is an electron micrograph of a chloroplast from leaf of Phlium pratense, showing different membrane systems and their arrangement. It is a semi-porous membrane and is permeable to small molecules and ions which diffuses easily. The outer membrane is not permeable to larger proteins. The inner membrane of the chloroplast regulates passage of materials in and out of the chloroplast. Also, the fatty acids, lipids and carotenoids are synthesized in the inner chloroplast membrane. The ATP is synthesized by a large enzyme complex called as ATP synthase. The slide shows structure of ATP synthase in chloroplasts. It consists of two parts: a hydrophobic membrane bound portion called CFO, which is seen as pink colored structure, and a portion that sticks out into the stroma called CF1, which is observed in blue color in the figure. CFO forms a channel across the membrane through which protons pass, and it probably contains 4 different polypeptides with a stoichiometry of A, B, B dash and C12. CF1 is made up of 3 copies each of alpha and beta polypeptides arranged alternately. The catalytic sites are present on beta polypeptide. CF1 synthesizes ATP. It consists of 5 different polypeptides with a stoichiometry of alpha 3, beta 3, gamma, delta and epsilon. The chloroplast and mitochondrial ATP synthesis have the same overall architecture and probably nearly identical catalytic sites. The thylakoid system is suspended in the stroma. Thylakoids are membranous sacs that contain chlorophylls and associated proteins. Along with chlorophylls, a wide variety of proteins essential for photosynthesis are embedded in the thylakoid membranes. Many of these proteins are integral membrane proteins. They contain a large amount of hydrophobic amino acids. The reaction centers, antenna pigment protein complexes and most of the electron transport enzymes are all integral membrane proteins. They have a unique orientation within the membrane, one region pointing towards the stromal side of membrane and the other oriented towards the lumen. The slide shows structure of photosystem II reaction center. Photosystem II is a multi-subunit pigment protein supercomplex that has 2 complete reaction centers and some antenna complexes. The core consists of 2 membrane proteins D1 and D2 as well as other proteins. The primary donor chlorophyll, that is P680, additional chlorophylls, carotenoids, pheophytins and plastoquinones are bound to D1 and D2. Other proteins serve as antenna complexes or are involved in oxygen evolution. Here you can see the organization of protein complexes of the thylakoid membrane. The chlorophylls and accessory light harvesting pigments in the thylakoid membrane are always associated with proteins. Photosystems 1 and 2 are spatially separated in the thylakoid membrane. The photosystem II reaction center is primarily located in the grana lamellae, whereas photosystem I reaction center is found almost exclusively in the stroma lamellae and at the edges of the grana lamellae. The cytochrome B6F complex of the electron transport chain is evenly distributed between stroma and grana. If we see the relative quantities of two photosystems, photosystem II is always present in excess in chloroplasts. Usually, the ratio of photosystem II to 1 is about 1.5:1, but it can change when plants are grown in different light conditions. This lateral separation of two photosystems takes care that electrons and protons produced by photosystem II are moved to a considerable distance before they are acted on by photosystem I and ATP coupling enzyme. Two different types of models have been proposed for the three-dimensional structure of grama. The models are shown in the figure. First model is the helical model. It postulates that thylakoids consist of a network of stroma lamellae which wind around grana, stacks as a right-handed helix and connect individual grana discs via narrow membrane protrusions. The stroma lamellae helices are tilted with respect to the grana stacks and they make multiple contacts with successive layers in grana through slits in the rims of stacked discs. Second model is fork or bifurcation model. It proposes that the grana are formed by bifurcations of stroma lamellae and is made up of piles of repeat units of 3 grana discs each. They are formed by symmetrical invaginations of a thylakoid pair caused by bifurcation of thylakoid membrane. The model explains unstacking and restacking of grana under changing light conditions. Recently, another model has been proposed. Here, the granum stroma assembly is formed by bifurcations of the stroma lamellar membranes into multiple parallel discs. The stromal membranes form wide lamellar sheets that intersect the granum body roughly perpendicular to the long axis of the granum cylinder. Here, each stroma lamellar sheet enters and exits the granum body in approximately the same plane. Adjacent granum layers are joined through the stroma lamellae and also through the bifurcations and direct membrane bridges. Direct membrane bridges are formed by bending of the granum discs, leading to fusion with their neighbors at the edges. This model also explains the rearrangements in thylakoids during state transitions. A single mesophyll chloroplast may contain up to 300 chromosomes organized into nucleoids. The nucleoids are complex structures with 10 to 20 copies of the plastid genome along with RNA and various proteins. Nucleoids display unique composition and organization. The plastid chromosome in spinach was observed to be organized in a folded form around a central body composed of proteins. These proteins are either firmly bound to DNA in a central region or are loosely arranged to the peripheral DNA fibrils. These observations suggested a layered structure of plastid nucleoids which is shown in the figure. Plastid nucleoids consist of a dense layer or nucleoid core where transcriptional activity is particularly high. Many membrane anchor proteins in this layer mediate the attachment of DNA to chloroplast membranes. The nucleoid core is surrounded by a second layer where DNA protein interactions and DNA compaction are less tight. Switching between the core DNA conformation and the surrounding DNA conformation could be mediated by chromatin remodeling proteins like SWIB4. This layered structure is not static, but is found to be under developmental control. Chloroplasts are considered as semi-autonomous organelles because they depend on the nucleus for the majority of their proteins. They contain their own DNA and protein synthesizing machinery and are considered to have evolved from endosymbiotic bacteria. The chloroplast genome of higher plants ranges between 120 to 160 kilobase pairs and encodes approximately 120 proteins. You can see gene maps of two chloroplast genomes in the figure. The DNA is in the form of circular chromosome and is localized in specific regions of the plastid stroma. DNA replication in chloroplasts is independent of DNA replication in the nucleus. Chloroplast DNA encodes rRNA, tRNA, the large subunit of the enzyme Rubisco and several of the proteins that participate in photosynthesis. Most of the chloroplast proteins are encoded by nuclear genes. They are synthesized in cytoplasm and are delivered to the organelle. Here is structure of mitochondria. They are the sites of respiration. In electron micrographs, plant mitochondria usually look spherical or rod-like, ranging from 0.5 to 1 micron in diameter and up to 3 microns in length. Most of the plant cells have substantially lower number of mitochondria than in a typical animal cell. A typical Arabidopsis mesophyll cell contains approximately 200 to 300 discrete mitochondria, while tobacco mesophyll protoplasts show 500 to 600 mitochondria. They are made up of 70% of proteins and some phospholipids. Due to invaginations, inner membrane shows much enlarged surface area and contains more than 50% of the total mitochondrial protein. Mitochondrial inner membrane is divided in two subtypes, namely the inner boundary membrane and Christie membrane. Mitochondria exhibit great variation in ultrastructure of Christie depending on tissue, physiological state and the developmental stage. Different types of Christie are observed in the figure. This is the structure of mitochondrial ATP synthase. The ATP synthase consists of hydrophilic F1 ATPase attached to a hydrophobic unit FO present in mitochondrial inner membrane. F1 and FO are physically connected by means of a stator. F1 is composed of 5 subunits, 3 alpha subunits, 3 beta subunits and 1 each of gamma, delta and epsilon. The protein contains 3 catalytic sites of the enzyme. The core of alpha 3 beta 3 hexamer is occupied by an elongated alpha helical coiled coil domain of the gamma subunit. Another portion of gamma subunit protrudes from the basal part of F1 sphere and interacts with small delta and epsilon subunits to form the central stalk. The stalk makes contact with subunit 9 of FO. This FO uses the electrochemical energy for rotational movement of polymeric subunit 9. During this process, protons are recycled from the intermembrane space of the matrix. Mitochondrial DNA is confined to specific regions of the mitochondrial matrix called nucleoids. DNA replication in mitochondria is independent of nuclear DNA replication. Plant mitochondrial genome ranges between 200 to 2400 kilobase pairs in size. Here you can see gene map of mitochondrial DNA of Kara and rice. The mitochondria of meristematic cells typically contain multiple copies of the circular chromosome, but as cells mature, the number of copies per mitochondrion gradually decreases because mitochondria continue to divide in absence of DNA synthesis. Plant mitochondrial genome strictly observes the universal genetic code and does not show any deviations commonly observed in mitochondrial DNA of other kingdoms. It is very surprising to know that Arabidopsis mitochondrial DNA codes for 35 known proteins in contrast to just 13 proteins encoded by mammalian mitochondrial DNA. Let us summarize today's session. We started with ultrastructure of chloroplast and its membrane systems. Then we detailed out the structure of ATP synthase in chloroplasts. We learnt about photosystems and organization of protein complexes in chloroplast membranes. Then we have seen models for architecture of thylakoid membranes and also the layered structure of plastid nucleoids. We looked at detailed structure of mitochondria as well as types of Christie. Then we have seen ATP synthase in mitochondria and finally we have seen gene maps for chloroplast and mitochondrial genomes in plants.